evening, ladies and gentlemen, creatures of the realm of darkness, creatures of progeny, vampire. I've got another one for you tonight. We've been given a third response from Lachiel Vaher. And I'd like to take the time now to start off by saying, he states here, the truth is you guys got banned because you're a bunch of griefers. He goes, who consistently harass my community members, trying to make everyone's lives miserable, and hoping people will leave Progeny and join your crap fest. Everyone is absolutely welcome to leave Progeny and join your system if they want. I'm not stopping anyone. I'm done here with you all. So he makes a pretty bold statement, but I'd like to take the time to go into depth that, he claims we got banned because we're griefing and harassing. Nobody from Realm of Darkness ever griefed or harassed Progeny players. Nobody ever griefed them or harassed them. No, people from Progeny came to Realm of Darkness, and some of them came and they realized, oh shit, I don't have my status, my title, or my power any longer, and they left. Okay. Some of them came and they thought, well, hey, you know what? I was such a badass because I bought my way to the top in Progeny Vampire. And they got their ass handed to them because they have to naturally age. And because the pay-to-win elements were taken away from them, they left. Okay, cool. He claims we're griefers. In the case of my family, Ravnos, that was misconstrued in an effort to villainize them and to diablerize them in the eye of the public. Because the community, well, I get it. You get tired of being attacked. You get tired of, playing a game that you're in for only roleplay. But you know what? If you want to go be in a roleplay system, you don't join a game that has combat. You go do it and be in like a text-based system or a sim that has no combat meters or no combat whatsoever. Not even weapons. Okay? Ravnos was accused of being griefers and accused of using illegal HUDs and accused of crashing people. When in truth it was all lies and mudslinging done against them, like I said, to diablerize them. And to pretty much get them either kicked out and banned from the system or removed because they played the villains. The whole griefing aspect on the Realm of Darkness part is because you have two individuals who have come from the Dreams, and I'm sure you probably know them quite well, Koala Blood and Roses and Dreams Blood and Roses, who joined Realm of Darkness, who are consistently reviving themselves day in, day out, because you're always seeing them alive, you're always seeing them out and about. They just don't wear their HUDs. Why? Because they're doing it to play the victim. They're doing it to make themselves look like they're being griefed. They're doing it to give Realm of Darkness a bad name, to try to defame it. And yet, this guy here is supporting it and is buying into their lies because, why? They're part of the GCSC. They're part of his select favorites. They're part of his chosen favorited children. And this is the favoritism I've been speaking of. Because he's not willing to do a thorough investigation and hold people accountable. No, he's willing to allow gray zones for his favorited individuals to break rules and to never hold them accountable, while they can go around and accuse people of death threats to get them banned out of Progeny, manipulate IMs to make it look as if local chat was done, And it's basically all a woke attempt to control the people. He goes, we harassed the members. No, there was never any harassment done. Never any attempt to make people's lives miserable. No. The harassment was done by your favorited children. The children you do not wish to hold accountable because you cannot run your game in a professional manner and actually do thorough investigations. You say we're out to make everyone's lives miserable. No. That's another attempt to divert attention away from the facts. The fact of the matter is that an individual like me started speaking out after the Dreams Blood and Roses and Koala Blood and Roses came and deliberately tried to infiltrate the system and make themselves look like victims because they wanted to get scans to give to Lachiel so that he could ban people. Do we want people to join Realm of Darkness? Yeah, we do. We have no problem if people play both. We honestly don't. The majority of us wanted to get away from a system that was becoming pay to win. A system that he has to have his grubby little hands in your wallet. Where he does not respond to even his Patreon members. He goes, everyone is absolutely welcome to leave Progeny and join our system. Okay, then, if that's true, why are you banning people from playing both? Why are you banning people because they're playing both? You claim it's because we're speaking up, but we're speaking up because everybody deserves to have some form of right to their voice and to speak out. And even to be able to say what's on their mind or what they're feeling. People have a right to be able to defend themselves even when a diabolic comes and accuses them of, let's say, cheating. You know, and, speaking of the freedom of speech line, to those people who get in the IMs and they try to get under your skin and they try to troll you, yeah, they deserve to be given it back. It's called freedom of speech. I mean, if you want to treat me with respect, treat me with respect. But you want to act like an ass, you deserve to be given it back if that's how you want to be treated. Because, obviously, if you're going to treat me like that, that's obviously how you want to be treated, Just some common sense there. A thing that Progeny Vampire seems to be lacking day in and day out lately. He goes, I'm not stopping anybody. Well, if you weren't stopping anybody, why'd you threaten to control relationships? Why the lies? Why the propaganda? Why did you even try to stop my friend from making his own system? But yet you threatened to either dust him completely, you threatened to either make him have a public apology and still dust him, or the only way he could rebuild trust with you was to put his knowledge of scripting and coding to Progeny Vampire. I'll tell you why. Because you don't want people being a competitor. You want Progeny Vampire being the only system because you're afraid you're going to lose profit. I'd like to take the time now to address El Diablo here. El Diablo, I want to thank you, man. Pretty bold of you and pretty ballsy of you to voice your thoughts, man. You have the right to voice your thoughts. You have the right to speak your voice. Your voice matters. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Not even this guy. Because you're absolutely right, man. He does take forever to respond to his Patreon. He will not respond. He's on, so he claims to be working on the system, but in reality, he's off doing his real life shit. I mean, he's even going off as far as to be on a yacht and use the money that y'all sink into your Patreon, into his Patreon, to go on these vacations where he's on a nice, luxurious yacht, flying a drone off said yacht. And you have absolute the right to call him out on not doing his job, because as an owner, he should be running his system. He should be keeping his system up to date. He should be getting online and constantly working on the system. But you're right, he doesn't. And you're absolutely right, man. I wouldn't count on that new HUD coming out. I wouldn't count on the new species coming out, because you know what? It's already been 10 plus years for the Therianthrops and they're still not out. Fangless HUD has been talked about since 2020 and it's still not out. But yet in Realm of Darkness, you have all of that. In the end, once again, this man has proven he has no professionalism whatsoever. That he has to divert attention away once again. That he cannot show some honesty. That he's got to mudsling. That he's got to come up with lies because he can't just admit that there is a system that has done it better. And to say you're done with us all, why are you still responding then? Because honestly, like this guy has said here, you obviously have let this get under your skin. Stay in touch, folks. I will be making more videos and covering the war between ROD and Progeny Vampire. Because, in essence, we're not doing this to make lives miserable. We're doing this to expose the truth and the dark secrets this man doesn't want you to know about his diabolics and about himself. He doesn't want you knowing that his system is now become woke and based on woke laws. He doesn't want you knowing that his system has incorporated the most woke means of identifying people with pronouns and with shit that honestly shouldn't matter, because at the end of the day, we're all human. So it shouldn't matter what somebody is called, but at the end of the day, don't force what I want to call somebody down my throat. In other words, don't force your pronouns down my throat. Don't force the way you think I should act and behave down my throat. Because at the end of the day, you don't control me. I decide what's right. I decide what is wrong. I decide for myself. If nobody can accept that, then why are you talking to me? I'd like to also point out that the same goes for every Progeny member out there. And that nobody should be able to control you or tell you how you can do things. Nobody should be able to take your independence and your voice away from you. Because that's what this man and his community leaders and his diabolics want to do. If you truly want a place where freedom reigns, you'll get that in Realm of Darkness. I can guarantee that. And you will get the chance to make your own families without being told, oh no, you can't do this because it's based on so-and-so roleplay abilities. No. Let's leave the roleplay shit optional. I will be keeping in touch. Till then, this is Shadow, signing off.